How perverted are men with strong control desires? This man wanted to prevent his daughter from leaving him. He built a dungeon of several hundred square meters in his basement. Imprisoned his daughter inside. Treated as a slave and played with all kinds of martial arts. Caused my daughter to get pregnant 11 times. 5 miscarriages. Gave birth to 7 children. 2008 in Austria. A dirty girl. Accompanied by my grandfather, I went to the hospital for treatment. His body is covered with hemorrhoids. There are also obvious marks of whipping on the buttocks. Doctors suspected that he had been subjected to long-term domestic violence. Decisive choice to call the police. The police arrested the girl and her grandfather, took them back to the police station. Conduct an interrogation. I don't know unless I ask. A question that makes you startled. This girl's grandfather is also her father. That is to say, the girl's grandfather raped her mother. Then she gave birth to a girl. The police immediately searched the man's home. Soon, they found a secret door in the basement. There's a foul odor inside. The police walked in bravely. The tunnel is more than 10 meters deep. During the period, you have to pass through 8 iron gates. 2 of them are electric iron gates. A password is required to enter. And in the deepest room, an old woman and 2 young boys were also imprisoned. Lewin only then knew. The old lady has been here for 24 years. The 2 children. I have never left here since I was born. The old lady's name is Eli. As early as the age of 11, he was met with his father's answer to Joseph's belief. When I was 18, he could no longer tolerate his father's control. Planning to run away from home, but his father seemed to have guessed his plan. To help carry things. Trick him into the basement that had been prepared long ago. The next second he slammed the iron door shut. In the beginning, Eli thought his father was just punishing him. I'll let myself out in a few days. But wake up. I have 2 40-ton foot pads on my legs. Eli then reacted. Dad, this is serious. He pounded on the basement door frantically. Cellar wall. The ceiling is covered with soundproofing material. Even if I shout at the top of my lungs, no one will answer. A few days later, I flew in. Ha insulted Eli without saying anything. In the following days, I go to the basement every day to masturbate. Use him as a tool to escape prison. But resentment. A beating on the head. To cover up the fact that his daughter was imprisoned in the dungeon. The thief cries thief when masturbating. I went to the police station to report my daughter missing. He also forced his daughter to write a letter. Said he joined a sect. Let parents stop looking for. Although the police doubted the authenticity of the letter. But there is no actual evidence. It's over. So the time came to 1988. 4th year of captivity in Erie. She's pregnant with her dad's child. I won't take risks when I masturbate. Let him go to the hospital to give birth. Just throw him a fertility guide book. And related production tools. Let him stay in the dark and damp dungeon. Deliver your own baby. Forced to give birth to a daughter. I didn't masturbate because of his daughter. Stop your desire. Instead, they invaded him more severely. This led to Eli's 11 pregnancies in total. Beaten and had 5 miscarriages. Gave birth to 7 children in total. Although these children are his and his father's. The evil offspring. But he still loves them. He doesn't want the kids to be in this dirty underground. Live a lifetime. Often through books and television. Let the children understand as much as possible. The world outside. Lunar calendar, dystocia during birth of 5th child. Kedajiji refused to take him to the hospital for treatment. As expected, the child died. But the plane didn't care. He threw the child into the furnace and cremated him. Finally, the ashes were scattered in the garden as fertilizer. As more and more children, this small space can't accommodate. So he hesitated to use. Forced to write a letter on the lunar calendar while unable to raise the child. Give it to parents for foster care. Afterwards, he took the 3 youngest children home. Let the wife help raise the child. But my wife doesn't know. This is actually my husband. The grandson born to his daughter. That's all. The imprisonment lasted until 2008. This is the 24th year of captivity. One of Ely's daughters is seriously ill. I thought if I died in the cellar, I would. This adult corpse is not like a baby. Can be difficult to handle. So I had to take her to the hospital for treatment. Doctors examining the body. The girl was found to have eczema all over her body. And the scars from whipping. Doctors suspect he has been abused for a long time. So I chose to call the police. The police arrive. Only then will this abnormal behavior be exposed to the world. Let the perseverance that has been imprisoned for 24 years see the light of day again. So here comes the question. What is the reason? Will make a father. She became a ghost woman who raped her own daughter. Joseph Defy, born in 1935. His parents divorced early. I have been dependent on my mother since I was a child. The mother has no patience for raising children. If things go wrong, they'll fight. The character of the masturbator gradually becomes distorted. I also have a strong desire to control others. When he was a teenager, he tried to rape his mother several times. But fortunately, I was still young at that time. No ability to commit violence. In 1956, at the age of 21, masturbation was already a slim young man. He married Choya, who was 4 years younger than him. When he was 32 years old, he maintained a 24-year-old girl. In exchange for 18 months in prison. Because of his outstanding performance in prison. In just 1 year, he was released from prison. The masturbator who was released from prison never thought of repentance. He thought that since other girls were not good enough, then I can give birth to my own child, right? So he took Morgan, reached out to his 11-year-old biological daughter Ely, and imprisoned him in his own dungeon. 24 years. Soon the verdict for masturbation came down. For offense, imprisonment, murder and other crimes. Sentenced to life imprisonment. Ironically, Austria, 15-year prison sentence allows people to apply for parole, if in 2024, the fake taxi driver's application was approved. Then at the age of 89 he will be free again. The time he spent in prison. 9 years less than the 24 years that Ely was imprisoned in. This story tells us a lesson. When facing infringement, we must fight back with legal weapons as soon as possible. Even if the other person is your father or mother.
You from the crew, in the darkness, we'll be watching you.